Hey everyone, it's MoonkinFTW here, back with another video in regards to the smooth and realistic roller coaster. And today we're going to finish the design. So we've already done a lot, and it sounds a bit weird that we're finishing the roller coaster when the roller coaster itself is already done, but we're of course also focusing on the surroundings. So today we're just going to tackle the scenery, so the surroundings, and we're going to start off with some foliage, some trees, which is really not that difficult. It's just planting some trees and making sure the area is covered, that it's just not just a boring and plain green field, if you will. So we're just going to do that, and I'm not going to do anything crazy with the trees, just some large oaks and the large Douglas tree. I do like that combination. I always try to make sure that the trees line up, so if I use like pine trees, I make sure that there's no other trees that don't really match it, if you will. So yeah, this is not really that difficult. It's just, making sure everything's filled in. Now there's one thing I am going to do. I'm not going to fill the whole land with trees, because unfortunately RCT3 does not handle very big parks very well. So if you build a full park with a whole bunch of stuff, the frame rate is going to absolutely tank. Even though you have a really good computer, it's just the game isn't optimized that well for very big parks. So I'm just going to make some hills here. So behind these hills, I'm not going to make anything to kind of save the frame rate, if you will. And I'm just going to decorate it with some rock, what do you call it, like rock pattern, if you will, and of course some trees. So this will make sure that while we're riding the roller coaster, the frame is not going to tank, because I've made some parks before where I had, I made it completely full, and then you would see that the frame rate would just drop drastically in some moments, and that's really a shame. So for now, we're just going to partially fill it up. So we're just going to finish off the foliage here. Nothing, like I said, nothing special, just making sure all the areas are covered with some trees. And as you can see, before we started, and now it's a big difference, because, some nice trees and some hills and everything make a big difference. So yeah, I'm kind of happy how it looks. I'm not the greatest when it comes to making hills in RCT3, but I think it looks okay-ish for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it's not the focus. Of course, the main focus is the roller coaster, but it's nice that there are some nice trees in the background. So I'm just going to try and fill up the last little bit of spots here. And also, like I said before, I made sure that in the pathing, there was a little bit of space left for also some trees. So I'm going to also plant some trees kind of in the middle of the park, if you will, to make sure to also have some foliage in the park itself. Now, speaking of foliage, I'm also going to add some other things. And what I always like to do is add flowers and bushes and everything around the flat ride. So like here we have the merry-go-round. I'm going to add some bushes, and I'm going to add some flowers. And I think that actually looks kind of nice. So here I'm going to add some different trees, some small hazels, I believe, or small hollies, excuse me. And I'm going to do the same here, some apple trees here. So I think it looks kind of nice. And then last but not least, we have an area here. This is the small food court at the Giga Coaster, and we're just gonna also add some bushes, some flowers, to make sure that everything is kind of nice, because of course parks, they don't just have trees. Most of the time they also have some nice flowers and some nice gardens and everything, and I'm trying to replicate that. So gonna finish this off, and there we go. And I think that's almost done. Just gonna plant some trees here, and then it's just a final check. And then this whole project is done. It took quite a lot of time, but yeah, I'm quite happy how it turned out. It looks great, and of course the Giga Coaster itself is just looking really nice. Here I'm just going to change the, there's a cheat code, David Walsh. If you type that, you can hide the UI, and yeah, I think it looks really, really nice. And shortly after this video, I'll be sure to give you guys the video of the POV, because of course that's what really matters, and then you guys will be finally able to see the end product after all this work, and then we will see if this is actually a realistic roller coaster in RCT3 or RCT even. So yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys maybe learned something from this. Maybe I introduced you to some add-ons you didn't know, or some ways to build a roller coaster or a park. And yeah, that's it for now. I'm happy how it turned out. I love the park. I love the pathing, all the foliage, the supports. I mean, I love making those supports and making sure it's realistic. And I think it looks pretty nice, but I'll leave it to you guys to comment what you guys think about this roller coaster. I mean, does this look realistic? And of course, when I post a POV, is that also kind of realistic? And I hope it is. But yeah, thanks for watching this final build, if you will, episode. And then shortly after, you'll see the POV. But until then, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.